fellow gnomies. Thanks for joining me. I'm so happy to have you here today. I love the colors of spring and Easter. They are just so fun to work with. They're just so bright and cheerful. So I've just been crafting away. I hope you have too. But today we're going to focus on this little guy. We're going to make him and his little bunny bum that he has caught himself here. So we'll get started on that right away. Okay, so we're just going to start with a simple sock and a empty cardboard ribbon spool. Put that right at the bottom of your sock. Try to get it centered. And a little polyfill right at the base of that. And a few stones for weight. And then as much polyfill as you want, depending on the size of gnome you want him to be or how chubby you want him to be. And then just finish it off with an elastic. And some hot glue. And then we're just going to start on our hat. So we're going to cut out this foam I have. And I just found anything about the size of the brim I want. So I cut that, and then I cut some material for the top and the bottom of it. And now we're just going to glue the edges of our material. All the way around our circle. And around the other piece of material. I did two separate colors. I like my top and bottom to be different for this one because we're going to fold it up the top, or the bottom, sorry. So we're just going to attach all three of those together now. That foam is fairly thin, so you got to not add glue right to it too much. I'm just going around the edges of it now. And now we're just going to cut a piece to cover our cup. This is just one of those cardboard ice cream cups from the dollar store. So we're going to wrap the material all around that and cut off the excess. So now we're going to top it off with these little cotton balls because I didn't want it to be a complete flat top. So I'm just going to put some cotton balls at the top. So I'm just figuring out how I'm going to arrange them first. And then once I have them in there the way I want, I just kind of pick them up and keep it like that, and then add the glue and pop them right back in. Making sure to tuck all the edges in. And then we're going to take another cup about the same size there. It is the same size, sorry, and cut out a circle from that. Just for the top of our cup. And we're going to tuck all those edges in with the hot glue. This is where those little rubber thimbles again come in very handy. And to decide where we want that on our brim. Okay, so I've got this faux fur from a bath mat that I got from Dollarama. We're going to make some ears out of that. So I just cut out some triangles. I'm not being too picky with those triangles. This stuff is so fluffy, it really won't show if it is not perfect. Just hot glue down your edges together to form those triangles. And then I'm taking some pink faux fur and cutting out some triangles. Using the X-Acto knife so we don't wreck our fur. And then we're just going to attach those to the middle of our bigger triangles for making our ears here. Any questions you have on cutting the fur or the arms or the legs or the hat, there's tutorials on each of those pieces separately. You can go back and watch if you want. Now we're just making the band around the hat. So we're just cut out a strip of material and we're going to fold our edges down for that. with some hot glue, of course. And then we're going to put our ears on our hat with that band. Making sure to hot glue that in place. And then a little glue on the brim there and just fold that back. And now I'm just going to cut out the hole for the bottom of the hat there where the sock will fit in. And I'm just going to glue and press down all the inside edges there. Just so it'll sit right on there. Perfect. And now these are some clay noses that I've made previously. I'm just picking out which one I wanted. And now we just have a strip of material. We're going to wrap some foam rollers that I cut in half for that. These are the hair rollers from Dollarama again. And I'm just going to glue that onto this fabric and roll those nice and tight. These ones I did remove the wire from. We don't need the wire really for these sitting gnomes. And for his pants, we're just going to measure how much we need to go around. And again, we're going to glue down our top edge. Check how high you want it up and then just glue that down all the way around. Cutting off any excess there, leaving a little bit to fold under. So just with hot glue, sorry guys, I was gnoming out and I just get in the zone and I forget you guys are trying to watch this. So I just glued and folded down the bottoms and edges and attached it to the bottom of the sock there. And now I'm just gluing and attaching the legs, just press and hold. Lots of hot glue, that's about it. And for the coat, I just cut a strip of material here and I'm measuring out how wide and long I needed it. And then I did a lining. I wanted to make it a fur lining on the inside. So we're just going to attach those together, good side to good side. We're going to do 3 sides for that. And then we'll flip it over to make it all nice on that side. And that way we can just glue the one edge together at the bottom. And that edge will become actually the top of the coat because you won't see that under the hat anyway. So just glue that all the way around the top and press. And then we just attached a beard. Sorry, I didn't show you that either. You can go back and watch the beards tutorial that I have previously if you have any questions on how to cut your beards. And for my nose, I'm just going to add some hot glue onto the nose, and then I add some E6000 right to the gnome itself. I find the hot glue itself doesn't always hold it nice. So I add a little of that E6000, it keeps it good. So now we're just working on the arms, same thing, rolling those. These are the green foam gardening rollers from the dollar store as well. Again, you can go back and watch the tutorial with the arms and coats if you have need any further explanation on this. And we're just going to attach our arms right to the top there. And we're going to start on our booties. And I'm just using some plastic shot glasses from Dollarama and some foam sheets at the bottom. And then these are those plastic Easter eggs. Just going to attach one of those to the front of each one. And then trim that foam all the way around. You end up with like a figure 8 kind of shape there. And then I'm attaching it to the bottom part of that foam bath mat that I had bought with the faux fur on top. This is the bottom of it. So we're just going to use the bottom as well for the bottom of the boots. I just like the look of it for the bottoms. I think it looks kind of cool. Again, that same fabric, wrap it around the front, covering the top of the egg. And then the very front. And for the sides and all the way around, we're just going to fold down the edges, glue those down, and then attach your booty right in the middle so you know it's centered, and roll it one way and then the other. And then I folded the edges and just glued it and tucked it all in. Same thing with the second booty, we're doing it. And glue and tuck. And I'm going to add these little flowers. I just cut the wires off and glued those right to the top. And then lots of hot glue on the inside, right at the bottom, and then press that leg right into it. For his hands, I have these clay hands that I had made. Again, I'm using some E6000 to keep those in there nice. So I put that right inside, and then some hot glue right around the edge to attach that to the fur. And then I have this clay pot that I just painted up with some white gesso first of all, and then, oh, I don't know, there's a few layers of paint went onto this to get it. And then I covered a ping pong ball with faux fur and attached a pom-pom to it for his bum. And now I'm working on his feet with some polymer clay. I'm just making some feet shape, adding some little pink pads on there, giving some fur kind of texture to it with my tools. And we're going to bake those for 30 minutes at 135 degrees. And then I'm just painting up the pot, decorating that. I did end up changing the pot, you'll see at the end. This one was a little too small, I thought. So now just fixing up his ears. And there we have it, he is all done. So there we have it. I did change up the pot a bit. I went with a little bit of a bigger one. I didn't like the look of the small one as much. So I did paint it up a little bit, just put spring on it. But there we have it. There he is. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks everyone for joining me. Love to everyone.